Every time we find out something new about Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, it just adds more to the bigger puzzle that isn't very clear as of yet, and probably won't be till we watch the film for ourselves. Now let's talk about a long-running Easter egg / moment in Iron Man 2 that teased the Illuminati, and it finally getting payoff. During Iron Man 2, during the courtroom scene where he quickly busts out his phone, we see that the Illuminati has a little thing there, along with Stark Expo and various other things. Obviously, that was a very early Easter egg for something that could have payoff. Now, fans have noticed this, and we've been waiting. Now, quite clearly, in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, we are getting the Illuminati. So, why exactly did Tony have it on his phone, but the Illuminati didn't exist back then? Well, it's because we're finally going to have payoff in this film. AKA, they might retcon how exactly Tony knew about this, and that sort of they informed him about maybe not exactly what's to come, but sort of the impact that everything's going to have down the road, and he kind of knew about the idea. Maybe they tried to recruit him, but he said no. Again, Tony Stark in the first 2 Iron Man films is way different than the Tony Stark we get in Iron Man 3 and beyond. So maybe he turned them down, and this is exactly why we ended up getting with Tom Cruise Iron Man, the superior Iron Man. Again, it might make sense. Also, in terms of having Tony focus on only one team at a time. I mean, imagine this. First, a guy shows up at your apartment randomly and goes, "Oh, yeah, think you're the only superhero around? Iron Man, join the Avengers." And he's like, "Okay, I'll consider your offer. I'll think about the Avengers." Suddenly, he leaves. Next day, he enters. He's like, "Hey, Wheels, how'd you end up in here? How'd you guys keep getting... Seriously, you got a wheelchair. How'd you end up in my apartment? Would you like to join the Illuminati?" "No, get out of here." "Okay, well, cool." And he just kind of leaves. And he's like, what was that? Like, who else is going to recruit me? Right? Like, that could actually make sense. Like, think about it. They could even use the old deleted scene of Iron Man 1, where Nick Fury actually mentions Spider-Man and mutants. And that might actually make sense in terms of the multiverse. Like, there's a lot of interesting potential here, and I do honestly believe that there will be payoff for that Illuminati Easter egg. Like, I do think Marvel will pull it off. They don't seem to want to leave a bunch of hanging plot threads and things, especially ones that could be important, especially that people are going to notice it. So I guess in due time we're going to know, but it'll be really interesting to see what exactly happens and what direction it could go in, and how Iron Man 2 just keeps on getting stronger with more and more films that add slight little retcons and mentions of what was going on there. It's like they're actively always working on fixing that film. Now, if only they could do that with Thor, whatever the second one was called. Apocalypse? No, that was the X-Men. The Ether? No, that's the thing. Dark World? Dark Void? What's Thor 2 called?